68 yards,
Yeah.
and you outran a DB that was drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
Big D, man, I need like 16 pizzas. We got 100 people here.
Gotcha.
All right, man, just give me like a jersey. You okay here?
Do you know who was extremely happy when he got moved away from linebacker?
Who? You?
Didn't have to headbutt
Me.
you.
Oh
Nah,
my
yeah.
gosh. Melvin, like, it's like he didn't even care about making the play. He just
No.
wanted to make my life a living day.
All right, another episode here, Tailgate Talks with DeMarco and Garcia, coming off a big win against Vandy. Vandy was ranked last week, first time in a long time. And now the Gamecocks are in the top 25 here. What are we coming in, 23 or 24? About time.
I think I saw 23. Yeah, it is about damn time. I'm surprised they weren't, ranked before, but yeah, I think 23 is a good spot. And yeah, man, I know we talked about it, off air, but yeah, I don't see us losing another game this year.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
as well as these guys are playing.
I agree, and I see. I don't see many teams in the top 25 wanting to see the Gamecocks in any way, shape, or form over the next few weeks. And we were texting back and forth, but could get crazy here, and we could sneak our way into the playoff in some capacity. And I don't think any of those 11 other teams would want to mess with our defense, let alone watching Lenore's develop, Rockets getting hot. Things are starting to click at the right time for us.
Absolutely. No, they're rolling, and on both sides of the ball. I mean, obviously defense has kind of carried the load for the most part this season, but now you see the offense really kind of picking up the pace and doing their job, and you got to attribute that to Lenore's progressions this entire year and how well he's developed. And the game, like we talked about with him, the game has definitely slowed down for him, and it's you can see it easily.
Yeah, I mean, we dominated in all capacities this game. I mean, had 25 first downs, they're 17. We had 450 yards, they're 270. Ran the ball for 214. I mean, just a well-balanced ass whooping is what we gave them. And then leading into that, we got Missouri coming up this week, and Missouri's coming to Carolina. It's a 4:15 kick. Missouri's quarterback, Brady Cook, who last year was lights out, beginning of this year played really well, got hurt 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's out again. Gamecocks are almost a 12-point favorite at this point with Missouri coming to town. Missouri's in the top 25. Carolina's in the top 25 now. Kind of bizarre to see that big of a spread.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw something early on Twitter that we have not beat Missouri since Scarnecchia's monsoon game in 2018.
2018, yeah. And I mean,
Holy hell.
I mean, I like Drinkowitz's offense. I mean, he runs that App State wide zone, tight zone, mid zone duo. I mean, he likes to run the ball, so I like the offense. But it's time for the Missouri curse to be over, and I know personally that Shane is not a huge fan of Eli Drinkowitz. I don't think many coaches in the SEC are. So I could see a Spurrier game where if we get up, but I ain't getting off the gas pedal, we're going to pound it on.
Yeah, kind of step on their necks a little bit.
Yep. So,
well, I mean, you kind of got to do that though. If we're seriously trying to get into the playoffs and sneak in, I mean, we got to start getting some good style points here as well.
100%. That's a good point. And that being said, style points leading into our guest for this week's episode. I mean, straight style. Dude played 4 or 5 different positions here at Carolina. Ended up being a first-round pick. Is not done playing in the NFL. He's coming up on year 13 or 14. Just an absolute stud. Was the most athletic guy, in my opinion, the most athletic guy in our recruiting class in 2007. I mean, hands down, standing backflip, strongest guy on the team, could throw the football the furthest on the team, vert dunk, easy at 290 pounds. I mean, per Melvin, absolute freak show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can tell he still looks like he can absolutely hammer somebody right now. I mean, I don't remember him being that damn big, not in college. But then, obviously he played 13, 14 years in the league. That's unbelievable.
Is the size of his head. Like,
oh my God, his head.
It's the size of 2 of mine. No wonder why he used to hurt me so much.
That's what I'm saying, man. I remember, in practice, and you guys talked about it on the podcast. of you guys just headbutting each other on those inside run drills,
Yeah.
and just the sound of the collision, and I'm just like, holy, like, welcome to the SEC. Good
Yeah.
God.
No bueno. No bueno. Let's only do this twice a practice. Let's try to keep some brain cells.
But yeah, man, that was such a fun interview, man. He's still one of the coolest dudes, man. And everybody, I don't know anybody that doesn't like Melvin. I mean, he's salt of the earth.
I think he has two boys living up in just outside of Charlotte, and I think he has a place in Miami as well. But he's been super entrepreneurial with everything he's done too. He has his record label, has several other businesses kind of intertwining and working. I mean, YPC is real. We were on the front end of it. He said my chain's coming. Did he say he's sending yours?
I need to hit him up about that. He did talk about going to his penthouse in Miami and doing a podcast there or something, and training his kids. His kids want to play quarterback or something. I was like, all right, man, send the plane, man. I'll do that all day long.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. But no, I think the fans are really going to enjoy this episode. This is Melvin's one of the all-time greats. I mean, had two phenomenal years at Carolina, but had three impactful years before that. I didn't even remember his sophomore year he got hurt. That was just kind of like out of nowhere. Played as a freshman on special teams, got hurt as a sophomore, redshirted, and then moved positions going into his redshirt sophomore year. And then his career just like he said it was the best and worst thing that ever happened to him, having to go from linebacker to D-line, but it was the best thing that ever happened to him as well. So I think everyone's going to really enjoy it.
And we also talked about it with him, when Connie committed here, and Coach Line kind of moved Melvin, into more of the interior side of things. And he's like, yeah, man, that competition with Connie that definitely, spurred his enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, two absolute studs. Had long NFL careers. Clowney's still playing. He had a couple big plays yesterday for the Panthers. So, but no, Melvin did not say he's done playing football. He kind of left that open ended with us, which I kind of figured was going to be the case. I think he's probably going to be signed by somebody who's making a playoff run and needs a little help with the edge rush position, and he is that. He definitely is.
Yeah. No question about it. Yeah, I would be shocked to see him not be on a team, like you said, leading into the playoffs.
Yep. Well, hope everybody enjoys this episode. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're on all the social media platforms. Also, if you aren't a member of Gamecocks Plus, which comes with your Gamecock Club membership, make sure you sign up for that because you're going to see the best South Carolina content with these two right here every week. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Welcome, tailgaters.
There we go.
To the biggest tailgate of all tailgates. Without this tailgate, there's no tailgates.
It's the biggest tailgate you've ever seen.
It's
huge, folks. It's huge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Where you create the best memories.
We got our boy, man. We got
holding it
class
down.
of 07.
Holding it down
Class-
for 07. Mine gone.
you
I
got
got
another
another
one.
one on the way. Class of 07.
Class
The
of
best
07.
class that ever came through.
Number 4 class in
Come
the
on,
country.
man, we want to be real.
Probably number 3 if you didn't sign a 2-star white boy out of Orlando, Florida. But
Hey,
happens
made
for
us
a reason.
We the Florida, the North Carolina, the white boys, the black boys. Coach Spurrier wanted dogs.
He wanted
Yes,
football
that's all.
players.
That's
He
it.
wanted dogs.
He got him.
And we didn't come for school.
Yep.
C's equals degrees.
Yep.
Don't
She's
ever
getting
forget
degrees,
that.
baby.
We didn't come here to play school. Cordell Jones.
School was a chore that we had to fulfill.
Hey, Maria and Katie and all of our
Yes,
advisors,
Raymond,
they kept us
oh.
in place. We did what we needed to do.
Yes.
They
We were
tried.
eligible.
They
We were
deserve
on
an
the field.
award. They need a statue in front of the Doty
They do, 100%.
for what they did.
They
for
sure as hell tried to keep us in line. I did my best to
to stay
bounce
out of
off
line. He could
Keep
not
on their
color
toes.
inside the lines.
keep them on their toes.
Yeah, nah, that's good.
I mean, you were the number 8 recruit in the state of North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
You played running back, quarterback, linebacker, return punts, return kicks. Did you punt? Did you kick field goals
I
too?
did punt. I didn't kick field goals, but
My
I
God,
punted.
you did everything.
Yeah, I long snap on field goals. I swear, no lie.
How the hell did you end up here in South Carolina? Like, with everything that you had to offer,
Uh-huh.
I mean, when we came in, I think all of us could sit there and and say that Melvin Ingram was the most talented person in our class.
Yes.
Athletic,
So
absolutely. There's not even
How the hell
question.
did you end up here in like
What were your top
Florida,
three?
Notre Dame,
my
Ohio
top
State?
three. My top three was North Carolina State, and South Carolina.
Okay.
Same as Farrell.
Royal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go to North Carolina because I played basketball too, and I always
can't hoop.
You crazy? I should be in the NBA, at least the G League right now. No lie, I should be. But I gave up on that because somebody
You'd be
told
the
me.
biggest
Cap.
freaking point guard I've ever seen. in my
Somebody
life.
told me this, and it stuck with me a long time ago. I love basketball. I didn't really want to play football, but I was good at it. It's 10 people on the court. It's 22 people on the field. You tell me percentage.
What
What
are
make
your
more
odds?
sense?
That's true.
So I'm like, cool. So
Playing
in
the
high
numbers game.
school, I wanted to go. I was gonna go to North Carolina, and Coach Bunny had got fired. So I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Then I'm like, I'm gonna go to NC State. I'm gonna hit NC State. Chuck Amato got fired.
Yep.
I said, damn, I must be a curse. I gotta leave North Carolina. So then Coach Spurrier always stuck with me, and my grades wasn't that good coming out of high school.
So you get degrees.
Yeah, and they kind of told me like, if you don't make it, we gonna send you to JUCO prep school, but we still want you to come here. And I'm like, this the place for me. Y'all gonna do all that for me?
Yep.
Shit, with you.
I'm glad
I'm
we
with
did.
you,
We're here.
no matter what's going
We're
on.
going,
And,
yeah.
and I think it was the best decision of my life to come here, man. Like, made lifelong friends like you guys, like teammates, coaches, everything. But I think it defined me of who I am now. I don't think North Carolina or NC State would have done what South Carolina did.
Yeah.
We came in, and when we came in, the program wasn't what it is now,
Exactly.
nowhere near.
But that's
And
kinda
we
what's-
created a culture.
But that's kind of what Coach Spurrier's message
Yes.
to us, that class was: go to these other schools, be part of their tradition, be part of their history,
create one.
create one.
Yes, and I feel like we did that. I remember us being here. I don't know if y'all remember. I remember us being here, and we was talking about like other schools and people getting drafted.
Yep.
And it was like, we want to get drafted, we got to win.
Yep.
Right.
Create a culture and start winning. We'll get drafted, and that's what we did. Like we had Black Iron, which was,
It was awful.
it's terrible.
It was awful.
I almost went back home when I met him.
Oh, you,
Like that was bad, but
But we needed that.
we needed it.
Yep.
And
You need to get
then
kicked in
they
the
brought
face,
Fitz in, and I think we created a culture here that's gonna live forever.
I
Yep.
agree. I mean, I worked at the university for a year and a half. We're still talked about.
Yeah, we
building
built a lot of that stuff over there too. So
100%
I
we
think
did.
when the guys strolled through, they should give us a applause. Like we created a culture here, Travian, and I think he's still there now,
He's speaking. He's
Yeah.
speaking it to him.
Yeah.
He's
putting it
preaching
into them. Like,
Clearly.
what we went through. Yeah, cause them boys playing like it's that D line is, and the whole D really, like that whole D is
It's
really
a hell of
putting
a
on the
defense.
show. So that's my story of high school. Like, but I really should be in the NBA though.
Should be in the NBA.
Like no lie. Like I really felt like
Are you like a small four or what are
nah,
you?
point. I play point guard.
Play point?
I swear, bro. Anybody who know me from North Carolina, ask him.
You back the at every point. You
Nah,
right
I'm
now.
shutting the gym down.
can you dunk?
Come on, bro.
You can't
He
dunk
was
it.
dunking with full pens on.
Come on, bro. You know that.
I'll tell you what, looking at this thing, seeing him play quarterback, I remember pregame,
Yeah.
it was me, you, CC, Whitlock, and a couple of guys just throwing from the 50-yard line, trying to
Hit the
hit it.
goal.
Yeah. And this freaking asshole gets on his knees.
Threw it through.
I was like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe
Maybe I should go somewhere else. Nah,
I should play a different
But
position, maybe.
one thing I can say, bro, is I couldn't have done 1% of what you did in the game. I couldn't play I played quarterback in high school, but on this level, college and pro,
a lot.
I'd have been terrible.
It's a lot.
But when you got guys like you trying to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Get the ball out of my
terrible.
head.
Quarterback, all quarterback runs.
Pat, where you at?
I'm not dropping back. Hell no. No, sir.
So everybody remembers 2010, 2011 Melvin. 2007, 2008, 2009. Like it was a growth. It was a process.
Yes. It was a real process, bro. When I came in playing linebacker, and then I broke my foot, nobody really knows the story on how I broke my foot.
I don't remember.
Well,
Let's hear it.
I broke my foot playing basketball in the Strong. I told Coach
Trying to
Spurrier
make it to the
lie.
NBA.
I told you, come on,
Trying to
bro.
make it to the
You
NBA.
lied to Coach Spurrier? Huh?
Yeah, I told them I broke my foot doing something else.
I don't know anybody that's ever lied to Coach Spurrier.
So I broke my foot in the Strong playing basketball. And then I had surgery. They put a screw in it. When I was coming back, I broke the screw
Yep.
and had to have surgery again to put a bigger screw.
You missed all of it.
Yes, and then I gained weight, and then they moved me to D-line. I hated that shit. I hated it. When I say I hated it, one person who really knows that I hate it is Terry Cousins.
Yep.
Me and him had numerous talks. I was going to transfer, bro. Like, I'm
Really?
not doing this. I don't want to. And he used to always tell me, you're going to be all right. And to be honest, what I tell people now is breaking my foot was the best thing that ever happened to me. I didn't know it at the time, but breaking my foot was the best thing because they spell sacks with $2 signs.
Yep. They do.
And it's the best thing that ever happened
Yep.
to me.
It worked out.
You
It
did
worked
that.
out.
Yeah.
It worked out. And like I tell people, when I moved to D-line, when I started rushing the passer, I equivalated it to basketball. I need to go this way while you going that way, like a crossover. And been working ever since.
Well, I mean, it is kind of unfair with athletic as
Yes.
you are with a big old stiff tackle.
Yes,
like,
it's
put
gonna
you
work.
in space.
Come on, man. I'm
Like,
gonna eat you
make-
alive.
make
I'm
big
boy
gonna
moves.
tear your ass up. I'm telling you. Straight up.
Oh man, I love it. Like, so who was the recruiter? Was it Coach Lyon?
No, it was Chatham.
Coach Chatham.
Yeah.
Tight end coach, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was on me tough too, like, we want you.
Yep.
And they started telling me all they were gonna do if I didn't make it. Y'all ain't gotta tell me nothing else. I'm coming.
Well, I mean, I remember being in the locker room and, we get Clowney and they moved him immediately to the outside. What kind of chip did that put on your shoulder? Like that kind of motivation, that kind of.
Yeah, nah. You know it always, like, I love him like a brother, but when they, no matter what you're doing, like you playing a position, they bring somebody in and they like, oh, nah, this is our guy. It's like, hold on now.
I'm out of
Right.
Yeah.
This the boy now.
Yeah,
you know
right.
the type of work I done put in here.
Yep, yep.
But I can say that was a great thing that happened to me too. Like he came in and he was phenomenal.
And pushed you.
Yes, he was phenomenal. Like, he was a specimen. And he still is. Like, I love him unconditionally like a brother. We talk all the time. That gave me more motivation, which I love. Like in my life, bro, if you go look at my life with everything, I've never got the recognition on anything I've done that I should. If you go look at every team I done played on, or whatever, when it comes to my position and what's going on, you can't name one that's doing it like me. And the ones that they always felt like was the guys or whatever, I helped them get along.
Well, speaking of recognition, man, Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
How about that?
Blessing.
Dude, that's big time.
Yes,
Holding
sir.
it down
That's
for
awesome,
07.
man.
Yes, sir. 07, baby.
I mean, tell us about, like, you came in as a linebacker at 7. I mean, you had Jasper, Casper, Eric Norwood. Tell us
Help.
about developing under those guys.
They helped me, bro. They helped my game. They made my game kind of what it is too at linebacker. Like Jap, Cap, Wood, they played a big role in me playing.
Yep.
Really, like it was actually for them. Jap, Cap, Wood, and Gerard Sinclair.
Yeah, G.
They helped me. They helped me day in and day out. When I didn't know stuff, I got you, bro. I'm gonna help you, and that helped me so much. Coach Nix was great, man. Like,
Coach Nix.
Do you know who was extremely happy when you got moved away from linebacker?
who you?
Didn't have to headbutt
Me.
you.
Hey,
Oh
nah,
my
yeah.
gosh, Melvin! Like it's like he didn't even care about making the play. You just
No.
wanted to make my life a living.
Because
hell.
that's what
You
I
said
came
that
from.
story. He said that story in the first freaking podcast. He's like, I remember having to headbutt Melvin Ingram over and over.
That's-
He's like, man,
I saw.
I don't know.
saw.
I don't
I'm
know.
like,
from,
no,
bro.
no, let's run lead weak. Let me hit somebody else. I don't want to hit Melvin.
And he said the same thing. He's like, Melvin didn't care about making a
I
tackle.
didn't.
He wanted to kill me.
I wanted my whole mentality coming in when I first came into college. It was whoever y'all feel like is y'all guy or whatever going on. I want him to go back to the sideline and be like, Coach, don't run no more, bro. Like he coming,
Hello,
bro.
you did
He's
that.
coming, bro. Like he not, and that's my mentality. He's not trying to make the play. He's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
And that's what I came from, bro, of the linebacker position. You got to think I was raised in North Carolina under some coaches that was like, we really call it smash mouth football.
Oh, yeah.
Big boy football, like, hey, listen, I know you running the ball right here. You know it. I know it. Let's see let's see who got it.
I mean, that's been a resounding thing with everybody we talked to, though, is iron sharpens iron.
Yep.
Yes.
We had
In that era-
a hell
in
of
our-
an
in our
offense,
era.
a hell of a defense. We went at it to, like, even though you were coming downhill a million miles an hour, I wasn't going to back down.
No, not at all.
It hurt like hell.
And that's what made our team so good.
Absolutely,
Like I
no
tell,
question.
when we talk to people about it, like, Coach Spurrier made practice like games, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna get better.
Yep.
And that's what made us, bro.
There's
Like,
no question.
100%.
like it was electrifying, bro. Like, when I think about some of those practices, I used to talk about them in the league with some people. Like, I'm like, bro, our practices was real, bro. Like, we
were
between the
pads.
lines,
We
we
were
did
pads
not
three-
with each other.
yeah.
No,
Offense,
no,
defense did
that's-
not.
no.
We were not cool.
We were
Outside
enemies.
of it, no, we one band, one sound.
Yeah.
We brothers, but on that field,
Going at
It
it.
was
it was real
it
enemies,
was
bro.
freaking
Yeah, like it was crazy, bro.
yeah. It was. I mean, that was the best part of. I mean, my time here was going against you guys.
Yes,
Made us better.
it made
absolutely
us all
did.
better. That helped me throughout my whole career, man. Like even when I got to the league, the practices, I'm like, boy, y'all don't know where I come from. These practices ain't
kinda,
this.
I mean, the NFL's kind of gravy compared to
Yeah,
college practices.
hell yeah, man. I'm like, bro, we out there 2-3 hours, we banging, goal line,
in the
no
little,
whistle.
in the little spider shells.
Yeah,
like,
we banging, bro. Like, so it was good. I'm thankful for those times. I wouldn't trade them for the world. I would trade the black iron times now.
that was the next thing I was going to talk
Yeah.
about. Let's talk about, I mean, Black Iron's workout compared to Fitz's. Like, we needed, as the number 4 recruiting class in the country, like, we kind of knew we were the shit.
Yes,
Like, we needed Black Iron
To humble us.
to humble
and
the
that's
shit out of
exactly what he
Yeah.
did.
Oh yeah.
And
Coach Austin. I mean,
Yeah, when
all
you
those
say
guys.
that, bro, like we 1,000% needed that because we came in the best recruiting class ever here and all that, and it's like, nah, let me bring y'all back to reality.
Who was I can't the short
Gordon-Maker.
Gordon Maker.
Gordon
He
Maker.
did tricep extensions on my
Especially when
neck.
you was a freshman,
Man,
he gonna murder you.
Man, that guy. I hate to say that,
But
but he made us better, and I
Yes.
appreciate him. But when I was here, I looked at him. I was like, "You are lucky I don't put this 45-pound plate on your head."
yeah, nah, Gordon Maker was gonna get in your ass
my-
too.
But, I mean,
Dude, relax, man.
we went
Take
from
it easy.
I don't play offensive line. I don't need to be putting 600 pounds on my back.
Never.
I mean, Black Iron tried to kill us.
Yeah.
Fitz came in, and Fitz wanted to hear from us. Fitz was more position specific. Now, we still worked our ass off.
Yeah, Fitz
From a
workouts weren't
competitive
just no
piece.
bullshit.
No,
man.
no.
But it was more hypercentric on, hey,
Yes.
what does Melvin need to do to get better from
Yes.
Melvin? What does
Yep.
Steven need to do to get better there? Like, we built our baseline with Black Iron. Like, he
Yes.
built
Yeah.
us up,
He built
made
the
us
grit.
bulletproof.
He gave you the grit.
Yeah.
He gave you
No
the
question.
mentality to never quit. Fitz came in and gave
He's
you
already trying to rhyme.
what you needed. No, I'm serious.
The grit
get-
to never quit.
No, I didn't even think
Hey,
of that. I didn't even
just
think
can't
of
help
that. He definitely gave us a mentality that nothing could break us.
Yeah.
If you can make it through this, we doing, everything else gonna be
It's
cake.
like,
And it made the games like that.
I mean, you only have probably designer custom fit suits. Like,
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
going
I
into
shop everywhere. Men's warehouse.
going into Men's Warehouse. They give you a suit, and that thing just barely fits you.
Yeah.
Now, Fitz came in and tapered that
No,
thing.
he tailored
made it tailor in,
Yeah,
made
he
it fit you
tailored.
right.
And that it was exactly what we need. Fitz came in at the right time and gave us exactly what we needed. Like,
Well, this is a question for both of you guys. What is the difference between collegiate level strength and conditioning to NFL?
I mean, college is it's still your
Yeah.
baseline.
Is it mandatory? Like, is NFL kind of like, obviously you're a professional, you can kind of do
yeah,
what you want to
it's
do.
mandatory. Like you have workouts with mandatory, but it's still kind of not mandatory. I think that the NFL kind of shows you who really loves the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
You need it to sustain a long time.
the whole world would see if you weren't working out in the office.
Yes, it's gonna
And-
show. And
And they'll find
you
somebody else
represent
who
that
wants to
name on the
work
back
out.
of that jersey,
Right.
and the side of that helmet.
Yep.
So it's on you what you gonna do.
100%. Yeah, because I mean, there's times where you can slack, but you show up for
It's gonna-
OTAs and you're slacking.
You're out of
it's gonna
shape.
show.
The GM's going to call you up to his office and be like, hey,
Yeah.
we just drafted a kid in the 3rd round.
That's why they have a draft every year.
Yeah.
Motivation.
replace-
What was the lady, the nutritionist, that used to measure our body fat?
Oh, gosh.
Who was our nutritionist?
She came
Oh,
from
I
Florida.
remember her. She was tall.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I remember like she'd go up to like DL Moore and like
Oh, you're 2% body
Devin
fat.
Yeah.
Devin Giles, like you know,
you
and she
skinny.
grabbed my entire gut and like pinched this thing, and I'm like, I didn't see you do that for these guys.
Why
Oh,
you doing so-
you're
why you doing this
28%
shit?
body fat.
But
Well, yeah, here's another beer
Yeah,
for
here
you.
go another beer.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not outrunning anybody.
no, but I'm gonna put this where it need to be though.
Yeah.
Alshon, y'all run.
Alshon's down there somewhere.
It's coming.
By the
Yeah,
moon.
it's coming. That's crazy though. Even when I think about that situation with him, how them boys were starting first, and then Bruh had that game, and it was like the rest was history.
Oh yeah.
The rest was history.
It happens in a hurry, man.
Yes, it do.
In the blink of an eye.
It was crazy.
Tell us the difference in Tyrone Nix and Ellis Johnson playing on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, we were on offense, like completely different personalities, completely different people.
Yes, they are. I think Coach Nix was more of like the rah-rah, and he got it out of you. Coach Johnson was more of the silent assassin.
Yep.
He didn't take no bullshit.
He did not.
Like, he didn't play at all. Like, he made it a competitive thing with the offense. Mm-hmm. He didn't care about the offense.
Yep.
They are not a part of us. Mm-hmm. And he was like, Coach Spurrier was the offensive coach. He was the defensive head coach. Like, he didn't like Coach Spurrier.
Oh, they were headbutting.
Yeah, he didn't like Coach Spurrier. Like, ain't no way. Do not let Garcia throw a slant and score. And they start cheering. Yep. I'm going to get on y'all ass.
Yeah.
If they throw this slant and catch it, it's a problem. Yep. And that's what created that mentality in us. Like, he was the type, if you f up, he going to put it on the board for everybody.
Oh, just
what the fuck was you thinking right here?
Spurrier did the same thing.
Yeah, so it was
but like you said, he was like, it's my fault for putting you in the game.
Yeah.
My fault.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
I don't even blame you. You can't do it. Yep. Like,
I offered you the scholarship. I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot.
I'm the one, yeah. And that, I think like that, like nowadays, kids will go home and tell their parents and it's a lawsuit. That type of shit made us, bro.
100%.
It made you. I'm not fucking up because you ain't putting me up
your soul.
Yeah, like I'm not
dug
going
deep.
through that. Like nowadays, them kids is, they parents calling, oh, you can't talk to my kid like that. Like, well, your kid don't need to be here.
Yep.
Just.
You got to be mentally tough, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything.
And I think the mental is the most aspect of it. Like, you got to be mentally tough, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to go. I want to go to war with somebody who done been through some shit.
Yep.
Like, I need you to be, your mama couldn't pay the rent. Y'all was sleeping in the car. Coach done talk crazy to you because I know when we get in here, you're going to respond.
You're going to answer. You're going to answer the call every time.
You got suspended 5 times, and I want
you. I want you. I want you because I know you ain't got no other option. This got to work.
No doubt.
Has to work, and that's what Coach Spurrier kind of, that's what he went out and got. Hey, listen, I want some guys who football they only option.
Yep.
They not finna come here and get an engineering degree. No. They finna come here and play football. And
we had. I mean, defensively on the 2010 team.
Yeah.
I think we did the math. 9 of the 11 players on defense played in the NFL.
That's crazy, bro.
And all 11 should have.
And when we first got here, that was unheard of.
No. It was like there was one guy maybe getting drafted up.
We had Sydney that went, a couple other people that kind of went. That 2010 team was crazy, bro.
I mean, speaking of 2010,
I think you're 100% right, man. It's prior to that class of 07, there was
just wasn't much.
I mean, there was talent.
No, I'm not taking it away from
No.
But they needed the talent, like just like we were talking about having recruiting classes behind us, made us elevate Clowney.
Yeah. And you got to think all that. We came, and then the Clowney, the Marcuses.
Yeah.
That started rolling in, and it was like they fitted in so perfect, bro. Like, come on. I remember when Marcus came, I remember they was talking about him. I was like, ain't no
There's no way this guy's that good.
Yeah.
Ain't no way he did. Coach said, I'm telling you, he's getting the first carry before he even commit. He's getting it.
R.I.P. B-Mad.
Yeah, and it was crazy though, because
B-Mad
was roommates.
B-Mad was freaking.
Yeah, we was roommates, and I'm like, this kid coming in can't be like that.
Marcus was
you better get what you can get, because Cuz getting it all. I'm telling you now. He came in.
Was it 40 carries against Georgia?
I think he did it the next week though, or the week before that. 40-40.
Yeah.
Man, we rolling.
I remember after the Georgia game, I went in the training room. He was neck deep in the cold tub, and I was like, "Oh, welcome to the SEC, buddy." He's like, "This is my new best friend."
Yeah.
It was so easy to just, here you go, Marcus. Yeah. Go ahead.
And he gonna create some shit, bro. Like, he was special. I tell people all the time, he arguably one of the best backs I ever played with.
He's like Frank Gore type.
Yeah.
Come out there, no gloves, no tape, straight back corner.
Ready to work.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Like,
but that was kind of the mindset of our
bring your
time
lunch
here.
pail.
Yes.
Bring your lunch pail.
Come on, man, put your hard hat on. We finna go 2 in.
Bring your lunch pail and make sure you have a beer in it for the quarterback.
On the back end. Hey, look, I know you remember this. The beers in the Papa John's.
Oh yeah.
Big D.
Big D.
He sent
Big
me a message on
Big D. Oh, Big D
Facebook or
did?
something a couple months ago. Yeah.
Big D.
He's like, you helped us get through college. A bunch of
many
broke,
as you
bunch of
can
broke
Hey,
kids.
Big D, man, I need like 16 pizzas. We got 100 people here.
Gotcha.
All right, man, just give me like a jersey. Okay, here.
And they come and like I'm telling you, Big D
I'll
never
do one more.
failed.
Yeah,
He
I'm not
never
driving.
failed us, bro.
I mean, so I live here in Columbia now. People still outside of people's marriage and when their kids are born, they say 2010 beating Alabama as the #1 team in the country is still the most memorable day of their lives.
It was.
Gamecock fans had kids that night.
Yeah,
I
for
would
real.
imagine the kids were conceived that night.
I have no question.
That shit was.
Well, you had a day. You had
Yes.
2.5 TFLs
Yeah.
and 2 sacks. Tell us about that game.
Man, it was crazy. But I feel like we knew we was gonna win, though.
I agree.
We just had that with us, like the way we carried ourselves, the way we worked. It can go back to what we've been talking about. We put in so much work. We knew
Yep.
when they come here, bro. We ain't with no bullshit.
They're gonna remember
We
this
ain't-
day.
Yeah, this shit finna get
They're gonna
real.
feel it.
And I think that's when we kind of kicked the dough down to,
Yeah.
hey, them boys here, bro.
Yeah.
They here, and this a team we gotta take serious, bro. Like people was taking us serious, but it was like, don't nobody want to play us now.
Yep.
And I think that was the marking point of
Yeah.
them boys for real.
Turning point of the
Yes,
program. I
sir.
agree.
It was a turning point of the whole program. Like, just everything. Like,
Well, prior to that, no, we've never even competed with a #1.
yes,
ranked.
never. And we came in and got on their ass.
Yeah.
They came in here
With a Heisman Trophy winner.
and all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Cliff,
Julio,
Cliff just sent me a.
Mark Ingram.
You remember Andrew Clifford, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He just sent me a text this morning. It was like the best running back duos in the last decade, or 15 years or whatever. It was
Mark
like
Ingram and Trent.
Mark Ingram and Trent.
Yeah. And that shit
Hard to
was
argue.
nothing when they got here.
I still think that McFadden,
And
Felix Jones, and
Peyton
Patrick.
Hillis.
That shit,
For 500 yards against
Yeah.
us or something.
no
crazy
lie,
like that.
Coach Nick sat on the ground and looked at us all and
I
said,
don't
what
know
y'all
if it-
want to run?
Yeah.
Bro, that there they had there.
Oh man,
They
that-
could have started at any other school, all three of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that we could not stop that.
That was what, 2008?
Yeah, we
08
couldn't
or
stop. It was
09?
08. We couldn't stop.
Yeah, it was
that
08,
was
yeah.
the best running back tandem in
That's-
college
I agree.
football ever seen.
I think so too.
Oh, nah. No. Miami. Clinton Portis and all
That was the other one.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold on. When Miami had
Portis,
them,
McGahee.
yes.
And then Frank right after.
Well, we didn't play those guys.
We didn't play them.
Yeah.
We'd have got on their ass, though. We ain't play that. We'd have got on their ass. And Clinton Portis my guy. I mean, that's my good friend. I tell him, he boy, y'all know what would have happened. That's exactly what he going to say. That's my guy.
So, I mean, everybody in the SEC knew who Melvin was after 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the country didn't know who Melvin Ingram was until Georgia of 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Punt return, scoop and score. I think he had 1 or 2 sacks that game too. Tell us about that game and what that did to your life. I mean, that
I'm
was
gonna
a
tell you
game
what's so
changer.
crazy. So after 2010, I was gonna leave.
Yeah, you had 10. You had 10.
That's kind of what I was going to ask him. It's like, so they bring in Clowney.
Yeah.
They
I was
kind of
gonna
put
go
you
to-
more into the interior.
Yeah, I was gonna go. I
I remember
into
talking
the
with you
draft.
about it.
Yeah, I was gonna go into the draft. I remember my agent. Well, not my agent. He was kind of one of my guys at the time.
I'm going to say
The draft-
statute of
nah.
limitations.
Yeah, no. He wasn't my agent, but my draft grade was 1 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. That's not me.
Yep.
I say that gotta say guaranteed 1. And came back. We talked to a couple of people. They kind of gave me some stuff. That was the most motivation I ever needed in my life right there. And I remember looking at my folks at the time, and my guy telling me, he said, "You go do what you need to do, bro.
Yep.
You gonna be one of them
I
guys."
got you, yeah.
And if I could say, Georgia game changed my life forever. Georgia game is the reason why I got drafted in the first round.
Well, you ran 68 yards
Yeah.
and you outran a DB that was drafted in the first round.
Yeah,
Outran him. I mean,
yeah, that moment, that game changed my life forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Like right now, I don't care where I go. If I go anywhere here, that's what they're gonna talk about.
Say goodbye.
They gonna talk about that Georgia game every time. And I remember this so vividly. I used to always want to be over there with y'all. I wanted to play running because I played offense my whole life.
I would have loved to block for you.
I think you practiced a couple
Yeah,
times.
all the time.
You practiced.
And Coach Spur used to always tell me, he was going to give me a carry in the game. I'm going to give you a carry. I'm going to give you a carry. So then we put the fake punt in. And he told me, he was like, we're going to call it. And in my mind, I'm just like, he called this, bro. I'm going to show him why I'm supposed to be over there. And
I mean, you had Jaredoo and Justice leading for you.
And
Justice Swinningham.
Justice Cunningham. Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
That was
a crazy condition. Like, I think he had a condition. Bro.
I'm pretty sure he did.
That shit
You sound like SpongeBob walking on the
I'm
field.
like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like,
But I mean, I remember you getting I remember hand the ball off to you, and
Yeah,
you didn't care
you
about
did-
scoring. You wanted to look for
Find
someone
somebody.
and just
come here.
smack the hell
Let
out
me
of
give
them.
you. Listen, bro. I come from
Come meet the king.
I come from that Marshawn come from. Run through a faith.
Yep.
Like, we gonna figure it out.
We're gonna do it over.
We gotta see
and
who
over.
really want to be out here and
Yeah.
who don't.
Yep.
And I think you will weed it out. Like,
Do you think that's a lost mindset
Right.
in today's current age?
yeah, because I think they don't coach that no more.
I think
and,
so.
and I understand it for the safety rules, but football wasn't meant to be safe.
It's not.
You know what
Like-
you signed up for?
Huh?
Arthritis head to toe. Like, you know what you signed up
come
for.
with
in
it.
the
Like,
game.
think about when we was growing up, bro. Receivers was not running across no middle, bro.
No. You got Ray
ass-
Lewis over there getting ready
Yeah,
to
you
decapitate
You run across the middle and you wake up at Richmond Memorial Hospital. Like,
we don't wanna do
that's
that.
how it was.
Or
bro.
Richland County
Yeah. One of the two, you not running across that middle. Now, they go across the middle with no care in the world. Like now you can't even, they call it hip drag tackle. I'm like, but
I don't understand.
it's turning into, they wanted to be a 7-on-7, bro.
Right.
And that's not what football was about, bro. And I'm not saying football is still great. I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. It changed my life forever.
No.
For the better. But the way they going with it, I think the concussion is real. To where people is going through mental health now after football and all, and I just thank God every day.
CTE stuff
Now,
is
this is real. I just thank God every day. I'm pretty sure I've been through a lot of concussions that I didn't know, but I made it over here.
But you
here now.
Yeah, you feel me? I ain't tripping.
Yeah. I mean, 3 weeks after Georgia played Auburn, you had 3.5 sacks, 4.5 TFLs. Like, what the hell did you eat that morning? Like, just woke up
I
the
had
beast,
a motivation, bro. Like, I really come from nothing. Like, I slept on the floor kind of until I got to college, bro. I never really had a bed. I stayed with my godparents for a little bit, but I really didn't have a bed, and this was my only option. This shit had to work.
Yeah.
I was taught as a kid, you can't have a plan A and a plan B.
Yep.
Because then you can't put your all in the plan A.
Yep.
This football gotta work. I can't go back home. I go back home, it's over with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doing something different than
Come on,
playing
man.
football.
All right.
What
I'm
was,
gonna be in the
um,
field.
Yeah.
It just ain't gonna be with cleats and shoulder pads.
You were the first. Weren't you the first Charger that was driving around Williams-Brice Stadium?
Oh yeah, nah,
You got the first hookup with the Charger situation.
Yeah, definitely.
'cause I
I
remember
did a
you-
lot for them too.
What'd you have before? It was broke down sitting at the stadium for.
I used to have a Crown Vic, a Grand Marquis, basically.
Yes.
I had a Grand Marquis,
I
Yeah,
remember,
that's
I remember
SUV.
the Grand Marquis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
You
black,
had an old SUV.
a gold.
You had an SUV, a big car.
Oh yeah,
Was it
a
an
truck.
Excursion?
It was like a Suburban.
You know,
Suburban, yeah,
Suburban.
yeah.
My
Yeah.
shit was, he told us broke down the stadium.
Yeah,
it was.
that thing was stayed there for a long time.
Yeah.
Then the Chargers started showing up. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Melvin got a
No,
new whip.
I remember taking him. I forgot where the hell we went, and we had a little heart to heart. And
Yeah, no, we don't have some heart to heart.
oh,
It was real.
yeah, that may be a different episode.
Podcast. That's
Yeah,
that's
a little
that's
off the cuff.
yeah. We gotta name that
Conversation.
shit something crazy.
I was like, holy.
There's a lot of Chargers around.
No, this was, just talking about, growing up and, hometown. And I was like, good God, man. I was like, I'm glad this guy's on my team.
Yeah, I come from the trenches, bro. Like the real trenches. Ain't there.
Well, you
I remember
do-
I thought I couldn't. When I was growing up, I didn't think I could go to college because it's so little when I there. But this, like my family members kind of told me, my dad too. They trying to told me, you good enough, they'll find you,
Yeah.
and that's true.
So do you instill? So let's kind of pivot. So you grew up in the trenches. Your kids are not in the trenches. how do you instill that same, not necessarily fear, but how do you instill that same mentality to kind of like,
Yeah, that's a good
you
point.
gotta get the hell out of this thing. Like,
Yeah. So
what was his name? Shaq was like, I'm rich. My kids aren't rich.
yeah,
I'm rich.
nah, for sure. So me personally, I kind of.
Oh, we can't say for sure on this podcast.
Oh, you can't.
It's the only thing.
That's
that
all I
says.
say is apparently.
Oh, you can't say that. Oh,
You
I'm
can't.
kidding, I'm kidding. You
okay.
can. I can.
Yeah. So I kind of instill it into my kids a different way. I come from nothing. I know people kind of like when they parent, they kind of show their kids that. I don't show my kids because I work hard, so we don't have to be in that. Why would I take you back and show you?
Legacy.
Now I create chores like you got to work to get somewhere.
Right.
Here. My kids 9 and 5, they got chores. You take the trash out, you clean your room, you do this, you do that, grades and all. I focus on that stuff. I'm not focused on trying to show you how hard I had it.
How to walk uphill.
Yeah, like,
both ways in the
oh
snow
yeah,
to get to
I
school.
stayed in this
Right.
one bedroom. I slept on the floor. You don't know how good you got it. I don't think it's right for me to say they don't know how good they got it. They didn't ask me to be here.
That's
As a
They
dad,
come here and my
your
duty-
job is to love them,
Exactly.
support them, lead them the way that we were led.
And
But
one
I
of
mean,
the
talking with him, off camera, like, we were just asking, and he said, I don't push my kids to do anything. They want to do
Their
it.
choice, yeah.
I'm not forcing them to do nothing. I tell my kids all the
They
time.
don't have to be Melvin
You can be a
Ingram.
male guy.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm with you.
Yeah.
As long as you love what you do, I don't care what it is. One of the greatest things I ever seen, bro, I got to say to my phone, Des Bryant, he had some shit written on his phone. And when he was talking about it, he was like kind of finna cry with it. And it was the realest shit I ever heard. It was kind of like, we set the tempo for our kids. He was like, how can I yell at my kids and then expect them to go have a good day at school?
Yeah.
How can I yell at them before bed and expect them not to have nightmares? And it's a whole thing. And I really kind of instill that into my kids now. Like I show them life, bro. Like what's life? I show them the good.
Yep.
Of course we're gonna have bad shit
Yeah,
come with it.
sometimes you gotta put your foot in their ass.
Yeah,
a
you
little
do. And I just had to do my oldest son like that a couple days ago. Got in trouble in school, but I'm not into trying to show you how bad I had. Because life ain't bad no more. That's the problem. I think with my culture, that's the problem. Like we come from a lot of bad shit and you don't know how hard I had it for you to have it this good. No, I didn't have that hard times for you to have it this good. I had hard times and I created a way to get out of it so you wouldn't have to see it. I'm not taking you back to see that shit.
Pass the torch
Nah,
forward.
yeah. I'm not, if you just got out of jail or you was smoking crack, I ain't taking you back to a crack house. Nah, we're going here.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to see that. Like I want you to see how good life can be. And I'm gonna show you what work gets.
Yep.
But other than that, like my
As
kids,
T-Camp said, man,
Never took a day
hard
off.
work.
come on, man, never took a day off. I
Never
knew
took-
this shit was gonna pay off.
Yep.
And it did.
He would say that on like the 14th of 20
Yeah.
like 110s where we're dying.
And that
And you're like, man, if he can do it, I can do it.
I'm
If he
telling
can do
you, he gonna keep going, I'm gonna keep going, and that's what we had, bro. And that's what kind of I instill into my kids. I always tell my oldest son, your younger brother gonna do what you do.
That's
So be the example,
Yep,
bro.
yep.
Be the example. You do some crazy stuff, he gonna do it. Because he wanna be just like you. I got a nephew who's like my son that's older. My oldest son wanna be just like him. I'm like, it's the same trickle down effect.
My oldest
100%.
is 8 and he's a boy. My youngest is 2 and he's a boy. And I have to remind my 8-year-old, I was like, you want to be like me, like Dad.
Yeah.
He wants to be like you. So you have to set an example. You set the standard for all. We got
Everything.
4. You set the example for the rest of the 3.
Yes.
And, but real, he'll sit there and be like, "That's too hard, Dad. Like, that's a high expectation. That's a lot you're asking for an 8-year-old." And I'm like, "That's deep."
Welcome to the SEC.
I'm like, "That's deep for an 8-year-old to be able to process that and be able to say that now."
Yeah.
Hey, cheers to Weston, born on February 15th.
Yeah. All right,
He's got a life of jolly.
Yes.
let's go NFL now. I mean, you ended up leaving after your 5th year. You drafted in the first round, 18th overall. Another Gamecock, Steph, drafted 10th. I remember when seeing Steph get drafted, you were the first one
Listen, that's
running over there.
crazy.
You about broke his back,
That's
picking him up,
so
celebrating
crazy.
so much.
It was so crazy because the way it worked out, bro, I was never going to the draft. I was not going. And Gil Bryant, he begged my mama, please get him to come. Because they telling me the whole time, I'm guaranteed top 10. I'm not going out of the top 10. I remember I think it was like Atlanta tried to come work me out or something. And they didn't even have a first round pick. And Coach Spurrier was like, nah, y'all can't work him out. Like, he's going to be well gone before y'all pick. Like, you can't work him out. So I wasn't going to the draft because I always seen so many people in there. You don't go where you're supposed to go and you looking crazy. Yeah. I'm like, that's not going to be me. I don't know how this is going to work. So he begged my mom, So finally, we go. We in the draft room. It's no lie. We in there, and they get to like pick 9 or something. And a wild story, I think it was somebody called my phone. It was like AZ. It was somebody called the phone. And it was like, hey, if you there next, we going to pick you. And then they hang up, and they call the person right next to me and pick them, though.
You didn't save those receipts, did you?
No, I did. I really did.
I'm guaranteed.
Yeah, no, I smoked their ass, too. 10th pick come. I'm sitting this way, like the family, and step down, kind of down there. And we just chilling, we kind of talking, and they like, with the 10th pick, Buffalo pick, Gilmore. Bro, I ran down there so fast, bro, because it was like, I got picked.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, we put this work in together, bro.
Yeah.
And that was a surreal moment, bro. Like, we was there together. We did all that shit together. That shit was like extremely surreal, and them times I never forget, bro. Like,
and to be honest, man, I don't know if DJ's here, but I don't know if that's the same mentality that kids have these days. They don't want to be happy for someone else.
They don't, and I think that's the problem, bro.
It's a huge problem.
Like,
in my opinion.
if me and you been at war and battled together all this time, I'm gonna celebrate your wins just like I'm gonna celebrate mine.
Well, that's decamp. Like
1,000%.
Yes, one eat, we all eat, and that's the motto we live by right now.
Yep.
There's no one man bigger than the crew.
Hey, talk about YPC. I mean, this was formed in college.
And
Everything.
Yeah, why are we not members?
Y'all are members. Y'all been members.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't get anything in the mail.
Y'all just.
I got one invite on the plane to Miami.
And you should have came.
Pregnant wife at home.
She would have understood.
No, she would not.
I know she
She's
would.
Russian.
You'd have been staying with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a brand, bro. It's a brand. It's a corporation.
Yeah.
And people see kind of only the music side of it. And
What up,
but
man?
it's so much bigger.
Good to see you, man.
What's up, man?
Me get one. Yeah, I don't got that.
I ain't got that.
Hey, guys.
Nah, it's so much bigger. Like you
Grab a chair, DJ.
Yeah. You can ask him, bro. It's so much bigger, bro. It's a corporation. It's an organization. We got so much music, real estate, branding, organizations. Like it's big. Trucking company. Like it's global, bro. And we done built a empire, bro. Like to where there's no range we can't touch.
I love to see it.
It's been dope, bro. And it's something we all done built up, bro. We done built it up from.
Well, we got to talk about your NFL career.
Yes.
Which is not done.
No, I don't know.
He said he had a couple
Which
workouts.
is not done.
Yeah.
You spent 9 years in San Diego,
Yes.
LA. I don't know when the transition happened, if you were still there. But you had 3 Pro Bowls. But everybody talks about, his 5th-year options. And then you went through it all.
Yes,
I mean,
went through it all.
When I was part of the Players Union, NFLPA, we tried to get rid of the 5th-year option. We tried to get rid of the franchise tag. And the owners were a pain in the ass with it because they know they kind of have you by the gun.
Yeah, I went through the 5th-year option and the franchise
I know.
tag.
Tell us
Then
about
I went through another tag in KC that I've never heard of. Well, I forgot what that was called. My agent just called me like, yeah, they put this tag on. I'm like,
I thought I was done being tagged, yeah.
But the 5th-year option was, we get to the 5th-year option. We was trying to get a deal. We couldn't get a deal. So I played on the 5th-year option.
Which is guaranteed money.
Yes, it was guaranteed. And then after the 5th-year option, they tagged me. And I didn't sign the tag.
I'm sick of this.
Yeah, like, come on, man. I didn't sign the tag. And at the time, we going back and forth with the numbers or whatever. And I understand it was a business, but we wanted to be at a certain number. And we got close to the number. My agent called me like, we're like $1 million or $2 million off. I said, well, I'm going to pack my bro. I'm going to sign. You tripping. Like, I'm not going to keep arguing about $2 million. Like, it's more money than I ever seen anyway. And at the time, for like a year or so, I was the highest paid outside linebacker in the league. So what are we talking about?
Right.
Like, so it was cool. It was cool. Like it was stressful at the time.
I remember when I was in Atlanta, we were up on you guys in Atlanta, and we ran power, and like first play, I snuck up on you, and I got you pretty good.
Yeah.
We were in the same
I'm
play
waiting on
again,
this
and I'm
now.
like, fuck this. This is like a nightmare I already had.
Yeah.
We used to run this shit. We used to run ISO.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do this shit again. And you bent me over the pulling guard.
Yeah, I'm
like,
coming because I know he coming back. I know he definitely
Hey, the
he
top
definitely
line.
caught me the first time because he caught me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna catch his ass.
Ne-
back.
ne- yeah,
I'm gonna
next
get
play
that
he's like-
ass. I'm gonna get him. I said, I'm gonna get you.
I love you. And you picked me up. You're like, I love you, dude, but I had to
I
do
got
it.
to
I had
get
to
you,
do
bro.
it.
I got to.
I love hearing it, man.
Now that was a good game. We came and played, y'all. I got the sack right before halftime. Matt Ram, he was so light. Like, come here, man.
Skinny.
Squirrely,
But he
Hey,
was
but
a
he was
dog,
slinging.
though. He was a dog.
He was a competitor.
Yes, he was.
He was Connor-esque. Like, he would be
dog.
willing to do whatever it took to win a football
Y'all
game.
boys should have won the one that year.
Yeah, don't remind me about
Oh,
that.
my God. I just knew y'all had won that, bro.
I-
You know what?
80% of our
You know
roster
what?
probably did.
What was the turning point of that game? That missed block
Yeah,
for that sack.
when Hightower had the sack fumble.
Yes. That missed block turned that whole game around, bro.
Late third quarter.
Yes.
Got the ball
Turned that
in-
whole
in
game around.
Plus territory, no.
Yeah.
But then Julio makes the catch, and we run.
He
we
changed
run.
the receiver position. I heard Nick Saban say that at Alabama. He was
I
like,
saw that.
Julio
I saw that
changed.
interview. All right, so I mean, you sign in Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Miami.
Miami. That's it.
No. You're going to sign in Buffalo later this year,
Oh, if they,
and you're going to get a ring.
that's what I want.
That's.
We should have won it. When I was in KC, we should have
You
won.
think Buffalo wins?
I think Josh Allen's never out of a game. I think
No, he's
the
not.
Young talent is getting better
he's
there.
talented, but listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. That Kansas, they know what they're doing, bro.
KC,
They know what they're
they
doing.
just
bro.
brought in D-Hop. And
They know what they're doing
Well, we
all
all-
around
we-
the board.
We all know the NFL is scripted.
Nah,
Anyways,
that ain't scripted.
I wish it was. I would have won one.
Andy Reid got a good script there. He got a good one for sure. But they put the work. They put the work in. That's why they win, bro. It's not a coincidence.
Well, I mean, to see how off script Mahomes and Kelsey get, but it's really not off script
That's
for
what
them.
you took the word. They do that in practice,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, one thing I can't say, what I really respect about everybody over there is they work, bro. They work. And that shit is supposed to win, bro.
Yep.
Like, it's some guys there like Chris, Trav, Turk, Mike Dana. Spags is great. Coach, Big T. Spags and Big T
he'll
is
draw
the D coordinator.
is Nagy still there?
No. Nagy went on. He was a head coach at somewhere else.
I thought he was USC at Kansas City.
Still,
Who?
Nagy was a head coach in Chicago for a
Yeah,
while.
I thought
Is he back in? Is he back in Kansas
I
City?
don't know.
I thought he was.
That's for real out there, though.
Yeah, they got Pat Mahomes. They're good.
Yeah.
That's
Right
okay.
about
Well,
that.
this brings you to my next point. Who's the best quarterback you've played against? NFL.
Pass.
Mahomes.
Not even close.
Not close.
Really?
Even
Brady is
Yeah.
who he is.
Yeah.
Nobody
He's
can take from him. He is
Well, what makes Mahomes that much
Plays
better?
never over.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Creativity.
He has it all, bro. He has it all. Like,
But is it harder to defend? I guess that's a better question. Is it harder to defend against a Mahomes to where pocket breaks down, he's moving underhand, behind the back, all the he does? Or is it harder to play against a Brady where you catch, grip, balls out?
I think it's harder
As
to
a
play.
defensive guy,
Yeah,
I mean-
it's harder to play against a Mahomes who goes kind of off script, how you say, and make it look good with anybody.
Look at the NFL.
Brady.
Look at the NFL.
Brady just was elite. Like, he know what you finna do before you do it.
Right. That's
You can show like you blitzing, boy, you in cover 3. You know you dropping back. Go on, get back. Quit playing. You wasting energy. I know you going back.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type, like, he'll tell you, like, I know you ain't coming. Why you doing all that? And in your mind, you're like, damn, he really know this. Like,
Yeah.
how do he know this? Like, but when I was with the Chargers, we kind of got off script. Gus just let me do what I wanted. So, you tell me I ain't coming, I'm going to come. We're going to check this. I'm going to come for real. So, but like, nah, Brady he's what everybody's reaching for.
He will check down you all the way to the end zone.
Yes. We played them one time, and I think the running back had like 5-6 catches on the first drive to go to the AFC Championship. They telling us he ain't gonna take that. Man, he threw it to the running back over the ball 5 or 6 times. They scored.
Well, that was a big thing with DQ in Atlanta was, like the system was, don't let them beat you deep, make them check it down, make them drive the field. They'll make a mistake on first down, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, get them behind the sticks. Yes.
And then you can go eat.
We can get them behind the sticks. It's showtime now.
But it's hard. It's
Third
hard to
down,
get,
we know you passing.
but it's hard to get Tom behind the sticks because he'll check it down.
He is the sticks.
Yeah.
He ain't getting behind him. He ain't getting behind him.
He is the
For
stick.
sure.
All right, let's talk about our end of play or end of game play. Since Steven could only throw it like 55
Yeah,
yards.
throw it to me. Let me get it down there.
You guys are so full of.
I mean,
I can
this
throw
was
that
an
song.
install.
You see me throw that song.
Yeah, you can throw it, but I can
Like 30
spin
yards
it.
past
What
it.
they say, I can spin it.
Damn, I couldn't spin.
You can,
Damn.
damn, I
He
couldn't
could
spin
throw
it.
an 80. You couldn't throw an 80.
It was according on what we was at on the field. Let's say that.
I mean, the play was
was
Steven, roll right, Melvin, back up left. He's throwing it
Yeah.
to you, and then Melvin throw it as far as you can.
do
We were supposed to do that against Georgia.
Yes.
And I remember coming off the field. I threw a touchdown to Alshon on a corner route. I came off the field and Mangus had the reddest. His nose looked like the devil, just red. And he's like, "Why didn't you throw that to Melvin?" I was like, "I don't know, man."
Yeah, he open.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out, man.
It worked out good. Why you mad?
Give me a breather.
Yeah, give me a water bottle or
I had to
something.
shave my face for this damn game.
Yeah. No, I seen that. I
look like
seen y'all
Winnie the
talking
Pooh.
about that.
Freaking joke, man.
Yeah. Nah, you know how Spurrier was.